What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to do a react video to the recent MKBHD Huawei Mate XT first impression / review. I also want to talk about the overall landscape of YouTube tech reviewers and how I believe your favorite influencers have been influenced in a negative way towards you, the viewer. Let's go. Now, I should say straight off the bat, I love Marquez, Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss, Flossie Carter, Super Saf to some extent, although I do find that he is basically beyond the past of selling out. I'm not here to slam them, I'm just here to point out straight facts. The Huawei Mate XT is the world's first tri-folding phone. The most innovative phone ever released of all time. Yet, Mr. Who's the Boss, Super Saf, Flossie Carter, go search. They haven't had it. Them, along with many other hundreds of channels, haven't had it. And unfortunately, I may have my tinfoil hat on here, but I believe there's some nefarious goings on when it comes to the reasons why. I believe that they are influenced by the big three in the Western market: Apple, Samsung and Google. If they were to go ahead and purchase the Huawei Mate XT because Huawei are not giving them that for this very reason, and I guess that's another reason why they haven't reviewed it. MKBHD couldn't have been more glaringly obvious about why he doesn't review certain phones. Take a listen.
So, I spent the money, I imported the thing, and now I can give you a tour of the trifold experience. So let us...
Did you hear it? Yes, Marquez Brownley, who gets paid millions of dollars per month, had to drop in there that he used his own money to buy the Huawei Mate XT. As if the other 99.99% of the people in the fucking world that bought it didn't use their own money. The entitlement is just there for all to see. But we go on. He then goes on to discuss how hard it was to get it. Have a listen.
But it's so interesting. Like, I just had so many questions. Like, what is it like to use? What are the creases like? Like, what are the trade-offs? How hard is it to carry a triple folding phone? What are the cases like? Why is it called a trifold when it only technically folds twice? I need answers. So I was like, all right, I need to get my hands on one. I reached out to D-Brand and asked, like, can you guys get me a contact where I can buy one? And I never asked questions, but they're always able to pull it off, and they did. So
it's not hard. Marquez has like 40 people working for him. I talked about this in Linus's video as well. You can get hold of a Huawei Mate XT. Order today, it'll be with you within 5 days. Not just through the Average Dad Tech Store, which by the way has 5% off all orders just now. But Wanda, Gizstop, Trading Shenzhen, Trinity Electronics, you can import it from many places, and you have been able to do this for a month, if not longer. So for MKBHD to, I don't know what he was aiming for by telling us he used his own money and he had to go through D-Brand. By the way, Linus just happened to go through D-Brand and drop in the D-Brand name in the video. Smart. And just take a look back at their channels over the past couple of months. All these YouTubers. You can guarantee they've had the latest Pixel 9 Pro XL or Pixel 9 Pro Fold, the latest iPhone, the Samsung Z Fold 6. And you can also guarantee that they were quite excited about it. And they talked very glowingly about it. I've heard some reviewers call the Z Fold 6 the best foldable phone of the year. Stop. Just stop. But when it comes to the Mate XT, silence. Utter silence. I just want to point this out to you. I just want you to be fully aware what's going on in the background. My channel will never, ever do that because I don't earn millions of dollars a month or year or in a decade I won't earn millions of dollars. But you can be damn sure I'll buy every phone with my own money and I'll review them honestly. And I'll make sure you know everything about it. Now, I said I wasn't going to slam any of these YouTubers or call them out personally. And I'm not. Personally, I bet they're great people. Personally, I'd love to meet them. Flossie Carter's the Chinese ROM GOAT. MKBHD is fantastic at reviewing. Maybe the GOAT. Mr. Who's the Boss creates the best tech videos. His top 10 fails. All those things are fantastic. But there does come a point where it's just gone a bit far. Mr. Who's the Boss has literally made a video about the thinnest tech. This Huawei Mate XT is the world's thinnest foldable phone. 3.6 millimeters, folks. Only thick enough to house some speakers. Why is he not talking about this? The world's thinnest phone. This is also one of the world's most expensive phones, which he's done videos on. They're not even talking about that. As you can see, I take my role as reviewing tech and talking about them and giving you my honest opinions. I take this seriously. And I'm not saying they don't, but I do my own research. I don't have a team of people. I just want to go back to Linus's video where he says that you have to root the Huawei. And he starts that video off. Please go ahead and watch the start of it. He sits down and says, "Oh, I only just got this 5 minutes ago. The team set up the Huawei account and now it's good to go." So you didn't spend any time researching, putting the Google apps, which you can do 6 different ways from Sunday. You spent no time. You invested 0 time in your audience. You just reviewed it and gave out false information about having to root the phone for Google, about how you can't get hold of it. What is this? What is going on? Anyway, as you can see, I'm all hit up. I just wanted to make this video. MKBHD's video does go on to talk about the Huawei in a kind of positive light, but I defy any of you to go through the whole video and hear him say outright, this phone is amazing, it's the most innovative thing, or he just doesn't go quite that far. Because woe betide Apple or Samsung cut him off. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments that I'm wrong. And I'm just going to head off some of the comments. I'm not bitter. The whole ethos of my channel, the mission statement for my channel is to be honest, give tutorials, help people out. The whole point of the Average Dad Tech Store was to help people have access to more options, to get Chinese foldable phones. And I've never even spoke about this publicly, but Wanda and Gizstop are now competing with me, with the Average Dad Tech Store on prices. If you go back somehow, the internet, you're probably able to do this. Wanda's and Gizstop's prices used to be much higher. But because they're trying to compete with my prices, which I make sure I'm not making much profit on any of these phones, folks. So they're definitely not now that they're trying to compete. And that's ultimately where I wanted us all to get to. I want us all to get any phone for the cheapest price possible, imported from the Chinese market. So for all the people, or for the few people that comment say, Wanda are cheaper than you, or Gizstop are cheaper than you, I've told you I'll match it. But please just take a step back and look at the bigger picture. They never used to be. Their profit margin used to be 10 to 15%. Because they're competing with me, their profit margin's 5%, sometimes less. Anyway, I just wanted to call that out there because I care. I'll be back soon with the full review of the Huawei Mate XT, and I will talk about all the good points and some of the negatives, because that's what I do. Until next time.